the Srixon Q-Star Tour Divide versus the standard white Q-Star Tour. Because loads of golfers swear that the Divide feels different, flies different and even spins differently. But when you cut them open, are they actually built differently on the inside? How cool would it be if the colours went all the way through this half and half golf ball? Is the cover just a gimmick? Let's find out. I'm on a mission to find the perfect golf ball. Not for pros, not for the robots, but for the average golfer like you and me. And today we're putting the Q-Star Tour Divide head to head with the standard white version and seeing what actually separates them on the inside. So let's start with the Divide golf ball. And honestly, this is one of the most recognisable golf balls on the market, in my opinion. You either love it or you absolutely hate it. Well, I absolutely love this colour, and that green is really easy to see, and the white seems much brighter than the normal white golf ball. Let's put them next to each other just to check whether the white is whiter on the Divide or on the Q-Star Tour white ball. Yeah, it's pretty close, but it's got kind of a crystal finish. I'm not sure. However, underneath the colour split, this is still apparently just a Q-Star Tour. So you've got a three-piece construction, a urethane cover with the unique spin skin technology, and compression of around 74, which is important because this ball is designed for golfers with more moderate swing speeds. Not tour pros with ridiculously fast swings, just normal golfers. And that's why this ball has become so popular, because it gives you soft feel, really solid greenside spin, and a bit more help launching the ball compared to other firmer tour balls on the market. Now, the Divide itself isn't just cosmetic. Srixon say that a two-tone design helps with putting alignment, seeing your start line, and short game feedback. And honestly, I think the strobe effect on the chips and putts actually does work for me, especially around the greens. But one thing Srixon don't mention that could help the average golfer is how easy it makes it to find your ball in the rough or trees if you're anything like me. This ball also uses Srixon's spin skin coating, which is basically designed to increase friction between the wedges and the groove. In simple terms, this gives you more grab around the greens. Right, before I get hold of Jeff and cut this ball open, if you're enjoying these videos and you haven't subscribed yet, it would genuinely help me out massively if you hit that subscribe button. There's loads more golf ball comparisons that I've got coming up, and apparently it also stops YouTube thinking I'm absolutely useless. So let's get hold of Jeff and see what's inside this golf ball. So it's a three-piece construction ball. You've got a fast layer core, the mantle layer, and that urethane cover. And this fast layer core is interesting because it starts softer in the middle and gradually gets firmer towards the outside of the ball. This is Srixon's way of balancing softer feel with decent ball speed. Now, one thing I will say about the Q-Star Tour, this ball feels softer than a lot of golfers expect from a urethane ball. Compression of around 74 puts it firmly into that softer tour style category. And compared to something like the Pro V1, it launches slightly higher, feels softer, and generally feels easy to compress for average swing speeds. And honestly, that's why so many golfers love this ball, especially players around 85 to 100 mph driver speed. But the big question is whether the Divide construction is actually any different to the white version. And by the way, if you're still not sure which golf ball you should actually be playing on the course, scan this QR code or click the link in the description below and I'll send you my golf ball buying guide. And I think it's worth checking out. Now, this is the standard white Q-Star Tour. And on paper, these balls should basically be identical. Same compression, same three-piece construction, same urethane cover, same fast layer core, same spin skin coating, and theoretically, they should almost be the same. So with this ball, it's got a 338 dimple pattern. It's got that same softer compression around 74. And this is where the Q-Star Tour sits in a really interesting place because it's not trying to compete directly with a Pro V1 or TP5. It's more of a bridge ball, a softer, slightly cheaper, more forgiving urethane option for normal golfers. And honestly, that's probably why it performs so well for so many people. Right, let's get hold of Jeff and see what's going on the inside of this ball and how it compares to the Divide. Now this is where it gets really interesting because actually it's a completely different colour to the Divide golf ball. The inside of the Srixon Tour white ball is like this bluey colour, but inside the Divide it was a white inner core. Now I'm sure that makes absolutely no difference materially, but it is really interesting that they're so different yet they are the same golf ball on the outside. So when you look close up at these two golf balls, which one would you choose on the basis of these two colours on the inside? Does it make absolutely no difference and I'm talking absolutely rubbish? Or do you think it makes a real difference and maybe flies differently when it's hit? I think the next test for me is to take both of these golf balls down to TrackMan and test out the numbers, and I'll add that into a future video. So if you haven't subscribed yet, here's your second option. So the Q-Star Tour Divide versus the standard white Q-Star Tour. On paper, they're basically the same. But the question is, which one are you playing? The Divide or the standard white version? And do you actually think the Divide helps your putting and short game, or is it just a gimmick? Let me know in the comments below. I'll read every single one and try to reply to most of them. Make sure you hit subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one.